going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Dead on Dave, and we are here for your Camp WWE review for episode 4. Vince is just not that into you. And this, so far, has been my favorite episode. I said that every week because I do believe that each and every single episode has gotten significantly better. Every week, everything's more crisp. The jokes are more crisp. The continuity between the cast just seems better. Everybody gets better. Vince McMahon has gotten better every single time, which is crazy when you think about it, how over the top he was at the very beginning. He gets better. The joke, just the writing has gotten better. The characters are becoming more fleshed out to where you're not just always thinking about them as, miniature versions of wrestlers. They're becoming characters that you're starting to become invested in. I love the idea of not setting on the exact same cast. Yes, you have the mainstays. Like John Cena has been a focal point, somewhat of a focal point in every single episode, and he's been fantastic. He's been fantastic. It's been so much fun to see him. We didn't get any Austin really at all in this episode. I don't even think he had a line in this episode. Didn't miss him. Didn't miss him because we got the gift of Mark Henry. We got to get to know mini Mark Henry. And one of the questions I had was, is this grown-up Mark Henry or is it a camper? Well, we find out that Mark Henry is, in fact, 8 years old with a full beard. I love the fact that they decided everybody else has a, they're smaller. They're not defined like the exact same as their adult characters. Mark Henry, they just said, shrink him. Shrink him, make him small, put him in there. It'd be hilarious. And they were correct. It's hilarious. The episode starts real simple. John Cena bakes a cake, a lava cake, and Mark asks for a bite, and he ends up eating the entire thing. And he ends up being constipated because John Cena made a flourless cake. The whole thing is just, it's ridiculous, but hilarious. And poor Mark Henry is having a food baby, and John Cena is becoming the food baby daddy. It's just all kinds of good jokes, about relationships. This is probably the least vulgar episode, now that I think about it. They didn't really drop any F's or S's too much at all, now that I think about it. I don't think there was one F-bomb or a shit in this entire episode. Kind of impressive considering that arguably this was the funniest episode. The jokes were the best yet in this episode. It's kind of funny because they've hit you at certain times with shock value and vulgarity, and kind of, that's one of the appealing points for some people. They understand that it's a multifaceted audience out there that are coming for different reasons. You got the wrestling audience, you got just a regular animated fan audience, you got the Seth Green fans. You have so many different types of fan base, and they're kind of acquiescing to each and every single one of them. They're really able to hit every type of demographic. This episode is a prime example of that. While the two main storylines, of course, the Mark Henry food baby drama, which is hysterical. You have that storyline a little bit more grown up in, thought, the inner workings between, a baby daddy and a baby mama and all that stuff. And then I think the even better situation, the main storyline, Triple H being completely obsessed with Stephanie and having to take Vince McMahon out on a date to prove that he is worth taking Stephanie out on a date. That has all kinds of innuendo and jokes and so many different things going on. Sergeant Slaughter being Triple H's confidant is hysterical. He had some great lines talking about, Korea, his love interest that he had in Korea that, yes, he paid for. He had words of wisdom for Triple H. It was very good. There was just so many good things. And we've had other episodes where they stretched out the entire cast and had, 7, 8, 9, 10 different cast members that talked quite a bit. This episode, they didn't. They shrunk it back down, which I think shows the range of this show. I see so much potential in this show. The depth, the ability to go micro and macro. It's really cool and fun and different. With Family Guy and The Simpsons, you're virtually going to get the exact same family. Everybody's going to get their jokes in. This one, it's okay to take a back seat with some of the other campers. Vince is going to be there every single episode, and so is John Cena. Everybody else seems to be a wild card, interchangeable, and they're all working. It allows you to really connect with everybody, and it is great. I love the random jokes, too, like Triple H and Vince on their date, which worked very well. Chasing down a swan in a swan boat, and Vince just explaining what swans are dicks. Just awesome. This is very funny, very random. You really can't complain about this episode. It's very good, very funny. I think this is the episode that's going to bridge a lot of the gap between the people who are like, well, I don't like the vulgarity and all that. Well, they're showing the ability to be funny without going ultra raunchy or anything. Yes, there were some adult themes, but it was done with virtually no swearing, which is impressive as hell. By the way, make sure you guys check out below here, the ticker. It has the entire cast. Well, at least what I can find. IMDb sucks when it comes to this show so far. They're not updating anything. But the entire cast is down there. Basically, everybody in the cast has not done a whole lot of other things that you will know them for. They're relatively new at what they do. I mean, they're actors and they've done some other things. But this is their main, you can tell this is their main first big one, for a majority of the cast. And they're hitting a home run. They're absolutely crushing it, and it's hysterical. I'm unbelievably impressed. Look, obviously, to me, this is just my thought process on it. Seth Green had an idea. He was like, okay, I want to do a cartoon for the network. It'd be perfect. He's got a good relationship with WWE. He talks to Vince McMahon and says, I'd really like to do this. Vince is like, I don't know. I won't give you a big budget, but here you go. Here's $100,000, something like that. Produce as many episodes as you can. And Seth, being the really smart animator who knows how to make things on a budget, he's been doing it for years and years and years. He's like, okay, I can do this. And he for one, the animation is beautiful, and it's unlike anything else that Seth Green has been a part of or done. It's beautiful. It looks great. The colors are amazing. And then having the idea to have the campers be miniature versions of wrestlers, so we have that little bit of connectability, but have them voiced by, I would guess, a relatively inexpensive cast because of their relative inexperience. I'm guessing. I mean, there's not a lot in their IMDb pages. What does that mean? Doesn't matter. They're amazing. And bring them all together to do that while having the known commodities like, Vince do his own voice, Rick, Sergeant Slaughter, all these guys. It's this perfect mesh that, I mean, it's got to be one of the best investments. I mean, for a television comedy, because it couldn't have cost that much. I don't think it would have cost that much. And the fact that they're able to get this much value out of it is incredible to me. The writing is crisp. Everything about it is great. I don't want to gild the lily too much. I know I already have. I'm probably way overanalyzing the whole damn thing. But what can I say? I love this show. I'm absolutely hooked on it. And it's great. It's funny. It's fresh. It's new. It's different. And in the world of animated comedy, man, it's not the easiest thing to do because everything's been done before. This feels new. This feels fresh. Some of the background stuff that happened with John Cena and Mark Henry, the other campers watching like it was a play was hysterical. I loved it. The Bellas did a great job, not saying anything, just watching, and it was just, I love this episode. I really did. I thought it really shows a different variety and different range of this show. So check it out. Make sure you hit them up on Twitter. Make sure you let me know what you thought of it. Make sure you hashtag Camp WWE and anything you put out on Twitter. And they're really cool, man. The entire cast is very good about interacting with everybody. So make sure you do that, and they will interact with you. And they're very appreciative of everything that people are saying. So check it out, man. It's definitely worth a watch. I'd watch all the episodes, but this one in particular, you're going to find something you like out of it. Just absolutely hysterical. And remember, go to Chili's too, damn it. There you go. Thank you guys very much for joining us right here on Dead on Dave Productions. This is your Camp WWE copious review. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And we'll be live again tonight, right after Monday Night Raw for your review. And we'll be here for that. So thank you guys. Like, subscribe, and share. And always, as always, if you don't have talent, have talented friends. We'll see you next time. Peace.